Hey, g'day people, it's Matt here from Matt Carve. So today we're going to have a look at how to make your carvings stand out, particularly like these relief carvings, and particularly these Celtic carvings. So here is tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 1 is tidy corners and lines. And you can see here I've gone in with the sort of, it's like a sphere burr, and so you can't really get into those tight corners with it. So what I do is I will use a cone diamond bit, and these are really great for getting into the corners there. You can see really, it can, like the point of it can get really into that corner there. You can see the variations of it up in the corner and they insert. So there's lots of different kinds you can get, but they kind of all work similarly. So here you go, sort of like I just sort of like smooth it out there, but because that's got a real point on it and it'll sort of like dig into the bottom of the carving, I'll go back with that sphere burr and just go over it real gently and smooth it all out. Okay, so for real intricate kind of lines, I'll use this really sort of pointy cone burr, the pointiest one you can find. It's up there in the left hand corner there. I think it's that middle one, but yeah, it's another cheap burr, and it just really gets into it. So you just sort of like really have to do it real gently and go around the corners there and just work at it. Okay, so tip number 2 is how to make those artistic decisions. So I think it's sort of, you have to look at the carving overall. So we've got the drawing here, and you can see in the drawing the lines are very defined, and there's that sword in the middle of it. But all throughout the sword are these sort of patterns going over it and under it. And so in the carving I feel it was a little bit lost. And so I want to sort of like choose a way to make it stand out. And I think artistically, the best way to do it is let's just paint it. And I think if you're going to paint a sword, you could paint it silver, but I think the best colour would be gold in this circumstance. Okay, so I'd like to take this opportunity to shout out Mark Anthony, who drew these 2 drawings for me. Now, they are amazing and they look great together on the table. Now, Mark doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he does have a Pinterest page. So I'm going to put a link in the description, so if you could go and check it out, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, he puts a lot of effort into his carvings as well, and they are some amazing works there, Mark. Okay, so tip number 3 is adding contrast. And you can see there with that yellow arrows pointed, I added a black stain in there. You got to be very careful with black stain because it can absorb into the wood and go over those lines that you so carefully put in. So now I'm adding a black bison wax on it, which the color of it is actually dark oak. So that really defines the line. So you can see there the lines are being defined and the roughness of that black stain is being taken out, and it's just adding depth to it. So what they look like is this in the end. I wiped that wax off with a paper towel, and that's the old carving that I did, and you can check out that carving in the link that I am leaving there. And there's the new carving on the right, which is looking awesome. Yeah, so thank you for watching everybody, and we will see you next time.